take this up, bring it up over my machine, and just set it over here to the side, okay? Now I'm going to position another little leaf. I'm going to do this one here. I'm coming out towards this edge from right here. I'm going to make sure that's in the center so I can get that in there, since I know I can only do one at a time now where this is located. Then I'm going to bring my hoop back over and place it down and get it lined up and all that fun stuff. Okay, I have not taken the hoop off of the embroidery arm whatsoever. So if you have the Destiny, you can do this as well because your camera is built into the machine. And I'm just going to give this a little tug over here. I'm going to release that and put it back down. Tug it down this way. I'm just going to get any wrinkles, any little bubbles smoothed out of it. Doing all this before I take the image, of course. Okay? So if I did this after I had taken the image, scanned it in, it would throw it off. Okay, so there that is. Now I'm going to scan it. I'm going to go up here to the leaf, image scan, and scan. And now without taking the hoop off of the machine, I can move right on to my next leaf. I don't really call that cheating. That's really on my part, kind of being lazy, I guess. But that's just one of the things you can do with the machine when it does have the built-in camera. And it's all good. Either way is fine. When I finish this flower, I am going to go back to the Altair and do another hooping of this panel on it. But on this leaf, I'm actually going to do some extra work on it. I'm going to do some what I call custom quilting on it. I'll show you something else you can do. So there's my thread. Once again, snip it. Okay, so there's my panel. There's my leaf. Let me move this over so you can see what I'm looking at here. There we go. So I'm going to darken it up so I can see it a little bit better and do some thinking here. So I'm just going to have to outline this one panel, this one leaf. But what I'm going to do in here is a little different than what we've done so far. I'm still going to have to totally outline it. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that done. I'm going to go into line properties, select my lightning bolt, select the no sew stitch, the zigzag with the red line through it. You know you selected it. When it clears out the colors, it grays them out. Click on OK. Look at the top, black, that doesn't show a stitch. That means it will not, whatever you draw now will not stitch out. So next I have my lightning bolt. I'm going to go up to 400%. That stitched right on the edge perfectly right there. Let's check out some of the rest. Well, that was off a little bit right there. See it? That was that one I talked about earlier. Now I'm going to fix that on this one. I think this is the one where I get to stitch over that. Go back out. Yep. So back to 400. Oops. Undo. There we go. Get my hand back. And I'm going to start right over here. Right over there. Is that it? That is it. I'm going to start right here. And I'm going to follow the stitching around. Dim it one. There we go. As you can see, it was just a little bit off right here. So I'm just following where I wanted it to go to begin with. That's on the money right there. That is actually perfect stitch out. I'm just going to follow that all the way around. There we go. Get my lightning bolt back. We're going to go on up. And now you can see I'm not going to follow the previous stitching. That's the big overlap I had. I'm going to go right up to the edge of that previous outline that did not stitch out properly the last time for me. I'm going to pick a busy pattern to fill this with. That way it'll help hide my boo-boo right there. Not really my boo-boo. It's just the way I look at it when something like that happens. Hey, it was just meant to be that way for you. And that gives you a chance to get really creative and come up with a new solution, a different solution. It was just meant to be. And we're coming down to the tip or the point. Got a ways to go yet. These nice longer straight lines makes it much faster. You don't have to take such tiny little steps. Like I said earlier, once you get out, further out towards the edges of it, it just goes a whole lot quicker. And it's a lot of fun. This is not a race to see who can get done first. We're almost back to our beginning for this petal. I like when I get to where I just design one petal at a time. It's not so overwhelming. But I enjoy the entire process. So now I'm going to go back out to 100%. I'm going to kill the background for a minute. Perfect. That works for me. I'm going to click it up twice. I'm going to go to the regions property. I'm going to select my quilting fill menu. And now I get to decide the next stitch that goes in. It needs to be a little bit busy to hide that one overlap. So, done 3. The next one in line would be that, but that's too close to number 3. So I think number 10 might be just what the doctor ordered. Let's see here. Yes, number 10 it is. We're going to put it in any way and look and see what it looks like. Ooh, this one, actually, though, number 17. Let's see what that looks like. Click on OK. Fill bucket turned on and touch. Oh, I really like that one on it. How would that look? That would probably be okay. I'm actually going to, let me think here. That's a strong possibility, number 17. Let me go back in here for just a second. And I'm going to check out number 10 also. Oh, I actually think I like that one better. Yep, I'm going to stick with number 10 on that one. That gives a good contrast to both the designs and the adjoining leaves. Now I'm going to click on Next. And once again, I'm in the menu. I'm going to leave it at 100%. I like how that looks. I'm going to turn my outline on. And I'm not going to change the angle because it's fine just like it is. I'm not going to change any of these. And I'm going to hit the set button. And OK. And then go to embroidery. And now it is ready to stitch out. Okay. So as you can see, it is a process. Once you get some started, you just have to pick out those areas that you want to actually have done and just see what looks the best next to something you've already stitched out on. Okay, so I'm going to pull up my bobbin thread, rotate this camera just a hair. There we go. Okay, so I'm not going to pick that up yet though, because I'm going to touch needle plus and minus and plus, +1. I was really close. Needle down, needle up. I will grab that and just pull them both out like so. And I'm going to lower my presser foot and hit the start button. And I stopped it long enough to trim my thread tails, lower it, press start, and it's off. I have to put in another bobbin because look what I got the message of. And there is a kind of a process for this because it will come out regardless of the machine. So what you want to do, you're going to press on this little icon. You just follow the instructions on the screen. And it says use the reinforcement stitch button to sew a single stitch repeatedly and tie off the stitching. So what that is this button right here is what it's telling me to do on this machine. It's the one with the circle. Just hit that and see what it did. Then touch this and hit OK. And then it's going to cut the thread. It just cut the thread, and that's going to move the hoop towards me. Now, it's telling you to remove the embroidery frame and replace the bobbin. Once you do that, then you hit on OK while it is unhooped. Okay? So I'm just going to pull this up like this and off here to the side. Just a hair. Just so I can get to this to swap out bobbins. Oh, come on, you. Come on up. Come and play. There you go. Okay. And yes, it was at the end of its bobbin. There's about 6 inches of thread left there on that one. I'm going to pop in another one of these orchid colored bobbins. And now we are ready to put this back underneath. My needle thread is still threaded. To click on OK. And now we'll pick right back up where it left off. I'm going to have to rethread that. Okay. And now I'm not going to pull my needle thread up here simply because it might throw off because it's going to automatically start where it cut the thread. And I don't want to take a chance on that. So I'm just going to let it do its thing. And I'm going to press the start button. Okay. We'll be done very shortly. It's got another, about another 3 minutes or so to go, I think. And then we will rehoop for the Altair. And we'll take it over there. But I'm going to do something fancy smancy on the Altair next that I haven't demoed yet. I like this particular design. It's kind of a crackle design. It's a very nice design to put on top of something in the hoop. Maybe if you're making a bag or a wallet. It also looks really nice on top of the heart. And you're right. The first one you do, everybody, should consider this a practice one because there's so much to learn on it. But it doesn't mean your practice one isn't going to be beautiful, because it will be. But yes, a lot of people, once they've done one, they always want to do 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 more.